He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Love and Hip Hop Season 8, Episode 10. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve. We're starting their New Year off right with love, positivity, goals, and just, you know what I'm saying, being a positive thing into whatever you want to do. I am having a great Monday. I'm back to work tomorrow after being off since the 21st. I think I've been off work since the 21st, so pray for me tomorrow because it's going to be a long day. But, you know what I'm saying, let's get us to this particular review. Love to everyone, and let's get started. So, Love and Hip Hop Season 8, Episode 10. I'm ready for Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of over Love and Hip Hop New York only because the season has not been what I expected it to be. It's been a lot of fuckery bullshit and just razzle-dazzle, not enough just goodness for me. So, you know, I'm just like, I need y'all to kind of either make this season get more popping or just end it and let us move on to Miami and then move on to Atlanta and then hopefully, you know what I'm saying, New York can get itself together next season for season 9, if it makes it to season 9 with the way this damn season has been. So the episode starts off when we see how Anais and Jonathan are at a campfire at her house in her backyard, and they just are there chit-chatting or whatever. And, you know, Anais is saying how, you know, her husband is always at work. Girl, at least he got a job, okay? At least you got a husband, okay? Girl, stop complaining about the wrong shit. And Jonathan is bringing up how, you know, Trent found out he was married and how my hair looks crazy, how Trent found out he was married and tried to use it against him. And, I told him that, you know, my marriage don't matter because, you know, my husband lives across the country and I live here and we not in love and we not together, so it don't matter. But you still married, Jonathan. You keep eluding or forgetting or trying to overstep and step around and go into circles besides the fact that, bruh, you married. You got a whole husband somewhere. And my thing is, if you don't want to be married, then get a goddamn divorce, man. Get a divorce and leave it be. So, you know, then we see Anais' husband comes home. And I'm like, okay, he came home. This people who think my ponytail is fake. No, it's real. That's why I be messing with it all the time. So, you know, Ruben comes home, and he comes and he sits down in the backyard because, you know what I'm saying, that's his house. And he's just like, what you sitting down? I'm looking like, well, damn, I ain't thought he lived there. Ain't he your husband? Like, why you acting like he just can't do anything about that, you know? I mean, that's just kind of crazy, but that's how people do when they're not happy in their marriages, and they just won't get in a divorce like they need to. So, you know, he's sitting down, and Jonathan like, what's up with y'all two? Like, why y'all not lovey-dovey or whatever? And he like, you know, usually if he would come in, you know, you would tell me to get out the way. You would come over here, put your legs up on him. He would, you know, he would massage your feet, and it'd be a whole lovey-dovey thing. And I end up leaving. She's like, we know things are just different now. And Ruben says, you know, yeah, ever since we had kids, you know, things are just different. And she's saying, yeah, we shouldn't let the kids make it different. And my thing is, you know, kids do make relationships different. Whether you married, single, divorced, or whatever, kids does change the dynamic of a relationship. However, you know what else changes changes the dynamic of a relationship? A goddamn affair. And the reason Anais is just so not caring about her husband is because she all up in rich ass when her husband ain't around. And that's really what it was. She's just up and out. Her mind ain't in her marriage anymore. So, you know what I'm saying? Ruben gets up and he leaves and whatnot. And then Anais confesses to Jonathan that she's actually kicking it with Rich. I wouldn't be admitting to nobody messing with... I mean, admitting that you're messing with Rich is the equivalent of admitting that you're messing with Flavor Flav. You know, everyone loves Flavor Flav. He's a legend in what he does. I don't want to date him. Okay? So from there, we see how, you know, Lil Mo and Yandy's having a little kid play date with their kids. And at first I was like, are Mo kids old enough or young enough to be hanging out with Yandy's youngins? Because, but I'm like, I guess they all, you know, around the same age. They had like a little jumpy house thing. And, you know, Mo brings up how her and Karla are having issues. You know, how she had him take the lie detector test and how she was cheating on her or whatever. And you ain't like, oh my God, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And phone just keep going off. People just keep. My Instagram has been popping with all the just craziness that's been going on for the past like 2 days. So, you know what I'm saying? But Mo brings up how, you know, she dealt with cheating before and how she remembers how her daughters were very hurt when she left their father because he was cheating. She then said she remembered her sons were, you know, hurt when she left because her daughters are by, I think, her one husband, her sons are by, two of her sons are by a second husband, then her youngest son is by Carl. So she was saying how her other two sons were, you know, sad and hurt when she left their father, and she was like, so she's just not so quick to leave now because they're more of a family, and that she feels like when Carl apologized, he was sincere in his apology, and she feels like he really does want to work. And she said that she doesn't want to give up so easily as she has in the past with her past marriages, and I think that's a good thing to do. Again, as I said before, not all people who are married, cheating is their end all be all of everything. Sometimes they want to work through it. But I always say it depends on if your husband cheated, or it depends on if your spouse cheated or they're a cheater. If he's a cheater, Stan is just going to prolong you leaving eventually, unless he's really going to stop cheating. And I don't know, but girl, who knows? Yandy just says how, you know, she just needs to focus on getting back in the studio. She brings up how she hasn't heard Mo on the radio in a long time. But my thing is, we hadn't heard Mo on the radio even before she married Carl. Like, we haven't heard Lil Mo on the radio. Was it since Superwoman or For Life? It's been some years. So my thing is, when Yandy made it seem as if the reason Lil Mo ain't on the radio is because she's having marital issues. No, it's not. Lil Mo ass ain't been on the radio. Lil Mo ain't been on the radio since her last marriage, before her last marriage. She wasn't even on the radio when she was on R&B Divas. So I'm like, you can't blame her marital issues for her not being on the radio. She needs to just get her ass in the studio and just do some music, regardless of her marital status. I mean, girl, bye. But Lil Mo do say how she's working on new music, you know. But you know what? My thing about this, some artists, I'm not even for new music. Some artists, I want you to just do a tour of your old music. I just, you know, sometimes I'm not for new music, especially if they trying to capture that same hype they had when they were out years ago. Like Escape, for example. Escape came back touring with their old music. That was smart. Now they're trying to make new music while they're on tour. That's on them. But they still focus on the hits they had. Lil Mo can do a little, you know what I'm saying, little tour. Her, you know, Maya, Christina Milian can get together. Hell, they can tour with Pretty Ricky and them. They can tour with Omarion or whoever else they want to tour with. But I mean, this girl, just get your hit. Because she did a concert the other day, and she posted like herself, you know, performing on her Instagram. And the club was hype. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Lil Mo, you still got it? Girl, perform them hits, okay? And while you're performing them hits and being on the road, then go ahead. I'm gonna have to cut my phone off because it's crazy. When you're on the road performing them hits, then, you know, city by city, throw out a new record. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be on, girl, just do something with yourself. So, yeah. Next thing we see is the Weird Squad. I'm not calling them the Creep Squad. You know, Self, Jacquay, Snoop, them is the Weird Squad. Y'all are not the Creep Squad at all. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all is a very, very weird ass squad. But you know, they at the little Gwinnett Cave. I don't know what that place is. And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I ain't here for this scene. Then my boy walked in. Here comes Safari. I love Safari. Not love as if I want to date him. I think he's a very spirited person. I think he's very funny. I think he has a good energy. And when he comes on the screen, I'm here for it because he's entertaining. And my thing is, that's what Love and Hip Hop should be. This shit should be entertaining. You shouldn't see it. Like, when I see Yandy come on screen, I look like, oh my God, I don't even feel like hearing about nothing Yandy guys talk about. When Snoop on the screen, I don't care about Snoop at all. But when Safari come on the screen, I know I'm going to either laugh. I'm gonna laugh because he's entertaining. So, you know, he come in or whatever, he's like, you know, Bumbleclot or whatever he's saying, his little accent. And I laugh because he said he was trying to be with the fellas and no females. But I'm like, but Snoop there. I mean, I know Snoop gay, but she's still female, and you can't want to hang with the fellas if a girl. I mean, she has a vagina, to my knowledge. She has a vagina. So I feel like if she has a vagina, you have to acknowledge that there's a female in the room, and that it's not just the fellas. But it is what it is. So Safari is saying how he's noticing how Dream is acting different ever since she found out that he was supposedly going to be working with Mariah. And so how he saw that she posted some other dude for National Boyfriend Day. Man, look. Fuck Dream. I think it is what it is. But he's like, he was so shocked. He didn't know what she was, he thought that was like, working out or whatever. But she posted somebody else. Well, if she posted somebody for National Boyfriend Day, I wouldn't even have a conversation with her. I mean, if you post somebody else for National Boyfriend Day, we don't need to talk. That's the equivalent of you posting somebody for you, my husband, you post somebody else. We don't need to talk no more because you have a husband, okay? But he says he's going to talk to her to see where her head at because he is confused about what's going on. I guess it is what it is. Snoop then invites him on to a party she's having. She said because she has a sneaker deal with Patrick Ewing. Now, there's a few things that confuse me about this. One, why is Snoop getting a shoe deal? I mean, I'm confused. I don't live in New York, so I don't know the popularity of some people. Is Snoop popular anywhere? I mean, like, currently. All I know Snoop from is that she was on The Wire. I didn't even watch The Wire, and that's where I've heard of her from. I mean, she's not in music. She doesn't do anything with music. I'm still confused why she's on Love and Hip Hop, honestly. And I'm like, again, why is she getting a stick? I mean, do she play basketball? Like, I mean, she had a sex toy line, but I don't know what gym shoes have to do with sex toys and nothing like that. I just don't get it. And then I'm like, Patrick Ewing, do people still wear Patrick Ewings? I mean, she could have got a stick there with Grant Hill for that case. I mean, I only know about like Jordans and LeBrons, the Grant Hills. Steph Curry's, I know it's a few basketball players, but even hell Shaquille O'Neal. But I was like, Patrick Ewing, really? He got it. Okay, if you say so. It is what it is. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. So she's like, I'm having a release party for the shoe deal that I got or whatever. So she then asked Safari to perform, and she asked Jack White to perform. She told Self to bring Dream, but I don't think that was, is what it is. So the next thing we see is Anais pulling up to her house, and her husband is in the driveway. Now, she's like, oh, you waiting for me to come home? You missed me. He was like, no. I feel like they did that scene solely to show that they have matching Range Rovers. Because he was saying about his Range Rover, and she was pulling up in hers. Okay, y'all got matching his and hers. Okay, we see what that is. So Ruben is basically saying that he's tired of coming home, and her ass ain't there. So how he come home, and he come home to the nanny. And my thing is, well, then fire the goddamn nanny and make Anais stay home. She says how she is not trying to be a housewife. She does not want to be home with the kids all day, wiping noses and making food and smelling like onions. Now, see, I'm not aware of why she kept saying that housewives smell like onions. I don't know what kind of funky ass housewives she used to that smell like onions. Somehow how they don't have time to take baths and stuff. Bitch, where? Girl, please. No, don't try it. She really tried. I don't know if she meant that in the aspect of their culture, because I think they are. I don't know which nationality they are, and I don't want to offend, but I don't know if she was saying that because of whatever culture he's from. If the women of that culture be at home making food with onions and they smell like onions, but I'm like, why she keeps saying I'm not gonna be at home smell like onions? I'm like, girl, there are other fragrances that people can smell like, and what if they smell like rosemary because they've been cooking with basil leaves and stuff all day? I don't know, but I mean, onions, girl, bye. She say how, well, I'm tired of when I come home and you ain't there because you at work all the time, and me and the kids, you not being there. So he's like, well, you want me to stop working? And this is my issue with their situation. First of all, he work all the time. He's the provider, supposedly. And she no longer wants to be a stay-at-home mom or a housewife. She wants to be in these streets. She wants to be an entertainer. Okay, granted. Women should be able to have that option. That is absolutely right. The thing that happens is women who don't have much sometimes marry men who want something specific. Her husband seems like the kind of person who would say what kind of wife he wants before he gets married. And the thing is, you can't marry a man who you know he wants a typical housewife. He wants a housewife to stay at home with the children and be there when he gets home. And then you do that for a couple years or for a few years or whatever until you get yourself out there and you want to do something different, and then you get mad at him for being mad at you for changing when you knew what you married into. It's the equivalent of marrying a white man and getting upset because he didn't turn black. Well, bitch, you married a white man. He can't be other than what you married him, what you married. You know what I'm saying? If you married a man who wants a housewife and that's what he wants, and that had to have been discussed before, because he seemed like the kind of guy who would say, you know what, I want to just take care of you. You can't work. I want you at home in the crib when I get home. That's what I'm looking for. And now she wants something different. And she has every reason to want something different, but you can't want something different but also want to stay in the marriage at the same time and do things that's not for your marriage. That's just stupid. So, she's saying how, well, I don't want to be in the house. And he's saying, well, if you don't stay in the house, I'm going to take the key and I'm going to ask for divorce. And then she kind of got mad. Like, I'm not that. And why the fuck do you want me to be a housewife to come like onions? Again, the whole onion shit. Girl, you look like you smell like Mattel Barbie dolls. I mean, you look like... Let me stop. I was going on her. I'm not going to do that because I like Anais. But she's saying, how, you're not my daddy. Why you keep trying to, make me, just do what you want me to do. And I don't think you're trying to be your daddy. I think you married a man who wanted a certain woman and you were that woman until you changed. And she's showing him that she's different and he just don't like it. And he gonna be more pissed when he find out you're cheating. But, I was, it was whatever. But she did say, she was like, I don't want my kids seeing me as a woman who didn't follow her dreams solely because I had a man taking care of me. She then says to her husband, I need more than money and dick. Any man can give me money and dick. Girl, did you just tell you could not tell your husband that any man can give you money and dick? Because my first reply would have been, nobody can give you money and dick but me, bitch. Okay? That would have been my goddamn reply. And my thing is, if a man said to a woman, any chick can feed me and suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the equivalent of what she said. Any man can give me dick and money, and he could have said, well, any bitch can feed me and suck my dick. You should not say that to your husband. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're saying that I just want more than your money and sex, I get that. But you saying that, but you also out here fucking rich. And I know Rich ain't giving you no money because he broke. Okay? Let's not act like Rich out here bothered out of control because he's not. So you out here getting random dick from a dude who can't do more for you than your husband can. And my thing is, and I just can't. I just can't. So he does say, like, if you don't stay home more, I'm going to file for divorce. And then we see him go in the house and we see her pull off. And it's kind of ass or whatever. So it is what it is. This whole fake thing with Mo. Lil Mo is at, like... I'm going to say she's at an abandoned building. It's a nice abandoned building, though. But she in there, she's singing her little song. She got some new song called 30 Minutes. And she's practicing the song or whatever. And then we see Carl pop up out of nowhere as he does. Carl is a goddamn stalker. I don't care what nobody say. He pops up out of nowhere like the best of them. I mean, I've had stalkers before. And it's very aggravating to turn around and someone's behind you. Or someone is calling your phone. Or someone is just fucking stalking you. So she's like, well, can I get a minute? Talking to a little piano lady or whatever. And then she's like, well, what's up? What you here for? I don't like when people ask their spouse why you here. I mean, it's your goddamn spouse. I think that's just weird. But I ain't married, so who knows? So he says, you know what? I've been calling you, ain't been answering. And she like, well, I'm busy. Talking about how, I ain't the one that needs to make up stuff. He is, so he should realize that. I mean, I just don't see what that has to do with the fact that your husband called you or text you that you don't respond. And then she like, well, will you pop it up because I didn't respond in the time to matter? He like, you didn't respond at all. So it's just like, well, I mean, you can't, even when your husband fucks up or if your wife fucks up, you can't just not respond to their phone calls and text messages. My thing is, I'm a person where if I call you and I text you and you don't reply, I just assume you're dead. And which I need to get out of that, but I'm a worry ward like that, so I'm looking like, because I'm like, everyone has their phones with them. So like, if I call you, if you don't call me back within 5 minutes, I'm assuming the worst has happened. So I'm going to keep calling you. And then I'm going to text you. I'm going to FaceTime you. I'm going to find you. Not for everybody, but I do that for certain people who I care about. Like my mom, my sister, you know what I'm saying? When I'm dating someone, I feel like if someone contacts me, I tend to respond solely because I don't want someone worrying, because things do happen. What if I'm kidnapped and, you know what I'm saying, people think, oh, she don't never answer. But no, if you would have looked for me, I would have been alive. But some people just be like, well, they just not, you know, they not answering, I'm gonna leave it alone. And then it'd be 2 weeks later and my dead body in the house because no one cared to, you know what I'm saying, call me back. It's like, you know, I think people should have common courtesy to respond in a timely manner to certain people, to your immediate family and to whoever you're with, okay? You can't date me, and if I call you at 4 p.m., if it's 8 p.m. and you ain't called back, we have issues because you've had 4 hours. In 4 hours, you've looked at your goddamn phone. Point blank, period. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like her saying, you know, I just didn't respond. Well, you have to respond as your husband. You know, let's be fair. Because if he did that, you'd be pissed off. Anywho, so, you know, she's saying how, you know, I'm here working, I'm trying to do my own thing. I have to audition people to be on my video. I need to lead a man. And he like, hold on, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm always a lead man. She's like, well, I want to do things a little bit different. You can audition if you want to, but you know what I'm saying? I have to find someone. And I'm like, girl, really? This where you going with that? I called bullshit when she said that, because I'm like, you gonna tell your husband that he has to audition to be the leading man of your video? That's stupid. I mean, I would feel disrespected if a man told his wife, well, you need to audition to be in my video. It's a fucking music video. You know what I'm saying? It's not a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's not a full feature 2-hour movie where people got to pay to go see you. No, it's a fucking video that's gonna be on YouTube for free. Girl, bye. So he like, what the fuck? What I got audition for? You know what I'm saying? I had to do that before, and she's like, well, things are different now. So skip to her having these fake ass auditions. Now it was some fake ass auditions, but it was some nice looking men's up in there. And I was thinking like, hey, actor number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, how y'all doing? Do any of y'all live in Michigan? Are any of y'all single? No? Okay, thanks anyway. Anywho, so, you know, she's auditioning the guys for this little video, whatnot. Carl is late. He ain't there. So, she's, I guess, she kept saying, you know, dance real sexy. Like, I feel like the leading man of a video should not be a dancer. I feel like he should be an actor. If you want a dancer, hire some goddamn dancer. Don't hire a man to be a lead role in dancing. Don't mix it two. So, she then sitting in this fake ass, I keep calling everything fake. She's then sitting in this chair, throne type chair, and she's telling one of the guys, okay, you know, dance real sexy, like dance real lead man-ish. And I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? So as this dude is dancing, Carl come walking in, he looking like, and she feels awkward. It's like, okay, hold up, cut the music. Right, because when your husband walk in, it's inappropriate to have another man dancing all up on you, taking the shirt off. That's just, you know, I wouldn't like that if that was my husband. That's why I could never date like an actor or someone who has to physically interact with the other sex and act like they're attracted to them. No, it would not work, because I would be like, the bitch smiles too hard. You know what I'm saying? Why does she rub her hand over your package? Like, why can't she keep her hands above your belly button? You know what I'm saying? It just would not be, you know, that's just not my thing, and I'm aware of that. So, you know, Carl come in and, you know, he like, all right, can we get some, I need y'all to leave. He kind of like clears the room. And, you know, he talked to her and say, look, you know, I'm not auditioning. I'm your husband. It is what it is. And she's saying how she feels like he shouldn't come in barking orders. Like, he should just audition. He can't get the role and not audition. But as we see, she put out the video today. It was she put a snippet on her Instagram, and he's the goddamn leading man. And it makes sense. She's in the bed with somebody kissing all over him. It should be your goddamn husband. You know, next. Okay. We see Mariah, and she meets with Self. And, you know, Self wants to talk about her and Dream Dog getting into a little fight or whatever. And, you know, Self is basically telling her that she is her own worst enemy. How, you know, he isn't happy about her fighting, and saying how she's always going on this road of fighting people, and he just doesn't like it. And, you know, she like, well, you told her, well, she said that you said to come talk to me because my career was flopping. And my thing is, she was dumb for thinking he told her to say that, because that just it didn't even sound plausible. You could tell that she was saying that just to piss you off. And he said, look, I wouldn't talk to anyone about your music like that anyway. He's like, y'all was just saying shit to each other to piss each other off, and she just said what she said, but that's what it was. He like, well, however, she didn't swing on trying to fight. You did. You threw the first punch. And so that I don't like. And then she said how she feels like he's defending Dream. And I didn't feel like he was defending Dream. I feel like he was talking to Mariah about what Mariah did and what she does. How she puts herself in a situation that she ends up fighting. The conversation technically had nothing to do with Dream. The conversation was strictly about what you did and how you reacted to a situation. Did Dream say some fucked up shit? Yes, but you said fucked up shit too. The difference is Dream didn't try to swing on you. She just said stuff to get under up under your skin, and you physically tried to fight her. That's your problem. So he just said how you start stuff and then you end up fighting. And she ain't saying it's not my fault. No, it's not on me. People provoke me. You can't use the excuse. I would say with Bianca. When Bianca say, people fuck with me. They do fuck with you, but that don't mean that you have to physically attack people and fight or whatever. Mariah does that. Because all the girl said was, your mama. Okay, you didn't even swing on her when she said that your career was flopping. You swung on her because she said your mama. People say your mama for no reason. So girl, bye. She there and she crying. So, I just get so emotional. It just makes me so mad. I can't, I don't like when people say, I did this and this and this and this and how it's me when it's not me. Bitch, it's you, okay? And I'm not even a Mariah fan. But, if she put more energy into her craft and being a rapper and stop worrying about what people say about her and trying to be this persona of this gangster bitch, she might have a decent rap career, decent at best, because people don't really check over her like that, really not. And I think people not checking her because of her attitude. She really, Mariah really believes she's like Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma, Trina. She thinks she's, that, and she's not there yet. You still, low on totem pole, boo-boo. And if you had more humility and more bitchness, you might be further along where you are. But it is what it is. She's mad saying he self isn't defending her, and he was like, because you don't give me anything to defend. He can't defend you if you swing on somebody first. He can't say, well, so and so said this. They said something. Now, had Dream swung on Mariah or threw something at Mariah, I think he would have said, well, you were defending yourself. I think that's what he would defend. But he can't defend you if you swing first. It just doesn't happen that way. So she just basically said, the next time if something happens, if you don't defend me, I'm done with winning. And she walks away kind of crying. Girl, nobody care. Navarro, Rich, and Jacqueline meeting up. I don't really care. Navarro was just basically asking Rich if he can step in for a meeting with Anais because he has other things to handle. Okay, whatever. Then Anais pop up. My thing is, girl, Rich ain't your man. Stop popping up on that man. So they like, what you doing here? He like, I told you I was meeting with Rich about some business stuff, but you didn't have to be here. And she's like, well, I just wanted to come out. I needed to talk to him. And then she pulls Rich to the side and she basically tells him, my husband asked me for a divorce. And I'm just trying to make sure, if I get a divorce, it just means you're going to be able to help me and you're going to be here for me and have my back. And he's like, well, yeah, I got you or whatever. And she's like, why can't you say anything specific? Why can't you really say what you're going to do for me? And he was like, look, we can't do any, we can't really do anything because you're married. So it is what it is. But, push comes to shove, if things happen, I got you. I got you, whatever. And I'm like, girl, how you here getting mad at the man who isn't your husband because he won't support you? It ain't his job to support you. That's why you have a husband. But, Rich is stupid. Rich has horrible taste in women and not meaning the way they look. I'm saying that he just picks women he don't need to be picking. You pick someone's wife, okay? You're stupid. But, it is what it is. And I'm just confused by, she was really, mad that he wouldn't say, I'm going to let you. Because he's like, she said, I'm going to basically be homeless. What that got to do with me? Girl. And my thing is, if you out here making all these checks, if you ain't put no money to the side, then you stupid. You should never be with a man and then be like, I'm working to make my own way, but then if he leaves you, you're going to be homeless. You should always have a plan B. You cannot cheat on your husband if you do not have a plan B. Your plan B should not be the man you cheating with. The plan B should be your own self-supporting your own stuff. Okay? Yeah. We then see Safari, who meets up with Dream. He asked her, you know, where they at, what they doing, you know, if she sees the future. She's like, well, I want to ask you the same question. He says yes, and then she's like, oh, okay. But then when he asked her if she's talking to other people, she says yes, she is talking to other people because sometimes he ain't around. This thing kind of pissed me off because, you know, she wanted to say, you know, well, I feel like because you want to work with Mariah, you know, that's wrong. And, you know, if you rocking with me, you know, you can't work with her and, you know, you should just do what I say. And he wasn't trying to have that. Like, he was like, look, you know, that's kind of business. That's also self-artist. I can't really say that, you know, but I respect you. And she got pissed and, well, you know what, you want to work with a bum and if you can't say what I want you to say, then, you know what, she childish and it was petty and I'm over it. So it is what it is. And, you know, she basically just gets up and leaves. Now she don't want to deal with him because he won't do what she say. Whatever. We then see Juju and Yandy at the damn church that I guess is the only church in New York where they let anybody in to record anything as long as they pay the deposit. Because I'm like, they didn't have rehearsals of this church. This is the same church where Trent was performing at. I mean, like, is this girl bye? So I guess Yandy is in Juju's play too. I'm not here for Yandy in this play. I do not think Yandy is a good actress. I barely like Yandy on here, and it's supposed to be reality, so I can't even imagine her trying to play someone else because she can barely play herself. So, you know, Safari comes in, and I'm like, he's hilarious. So he sits down there, like, you know, kind of rehearsing things together, and, you know, he finds out how Juju was now single when she admitted that her and Cam had broken up, and, Yandy does leave after they do like a little, you know, a little small scene together. And then Juju and Safari kind of just bonds over them both being with someone for years. Where Juju was with Cameron for 10 years and they broke up. And, you know, Safari was with Nicki Minaj for 12 years and they broke up. And he's saying to Juju how, you know, because he saw how she kind of didn't want to talk about her and Cam and, you know, her now being single. And he, you know, just brings up, and this is just him and her talking, he's just saying how, you know, when me and Nicki broke up, you know, it took me a good 2 years to really get over it because we were together for 12 years and you can't get over something that easily. And he was like, and, you know, it's a thing of, you know, I've been with them for so long, you know, how do I start over? I have to start brand new, fresh over, and it's crazy. And Juju's like, you know, yeah, that's true, you know. She said how it was hard. And you know what, that is pretty hard. You know, when you're with someone for years and you've been planning to be together for the rest of your life and then that changes, that shit sucks. Okay? It sucks if you with somebody for 2 years and y'all break up, you know, let alone 12 years and 10 years. But he basically says to her how she just needs to do things that had nothing to do with the relationship to remind herself of what she was outside of the relationship. He said that's what he had to do to get over Nicki. So he does invite her out. We don't know where they're going, but he's invited her out. He like it's just friends, you know, nothing, you know, it's not a date. I just want to, you know, get you out the house so you can have a little bit of fun. And that's why I say I like Safari, because he's entertaining, and truly that's what you do when someone is going through things. You take their mind off of it. So I like that he did that. You know, that was cool to me. What else? Snoop has his damn sneaker release party. I still don't understand why she's having this sneaker release party, but she is. And to me, the boots look like moon boots, in my opinion. I don't understand it. I mean, I remember back then when she was in gym shoes and you know, from a while ago, they, you know, girl, bye. You know, we see how Safari, Jacquet, and Mariah Lynn all perform, and you know, each performance, I have no idea what Jacquet was saying, so I can't like his song. I think when someone is on a reality show and you're performing, you should make that performance so that the person can hear your song. It was horrible to me because I have no idea what you was just jumping around on screen. I mean, what the fuck was you saying? And then even when he said the name of the song, I was like, what the fuck did you just say? I just did not get it, you know. So I did not like his performance. Safari, we could at least hear what he was saying. I like Safari as an artist. I mean, I wouldn't go out and buy the album, but if the song was on the radio, I wouldn't change the station. Well, I take that back. I have Tidal, and so I have to pay for the music, so I would like listen to it on Tidal to see what it's like. You know, I would at least do that, just because, you know, it's okay. So his performance to me was better than Jacquay because I can at least hear what he was saying. And the crowd seemed to be rocking with him too. The crowd was rocking with Jacquay as well, but again, I don't know what the fuck he was saying. Mariah Lynn came out, and all I heard her saying something about, look at my tits, you know, zoom, zoom, Maserati. And I'm just like, well, first of all, we don't care about your breasts, okay? You act like you the only one. I mean, she act like she got 3 titties, and she only got 2. I mean, I have big breasts too, so girl, I don't care. I also feel like she can't afford a Maserati, so I don't get why she's rapping about one. But, you know, I digress. It is what it is. But girl, bye. We then see, you know, Mariah goes to talk to Safari because, again, she wants to work with him musically. And you're having a nice, normal conversation. You know, he's saying to her, well, you know, Dream doesn't really, you know, want me to work with you. And Mariah is an adult. And she says, look, that has nothing to do with the business. You know, you should make sure that you are working and work with people on the business level. It shouldn't have anything else besides that. I 100% agree. My thing is, you not even really with Dream Doll. Like, you don't even really like her or know her. So why would you not want to work with someone? Because she's bi, whatever. And Safari agrees. She's like, you know, she's right. You know, no one can tell me who I can work with and who I can't work with. So as this is happening, we see Bree, who sees them talking from across the room. She's like, what the fuck going on over there? I'm not, you know, my girl, Dream, don't like Mariah, so I'm not going to let her man. That ain't her man. She posted a whole other person for boyfriend on Instagram. So, girl, bye. So she inserts herself into something that had nothing to do with her. And to me, Bree made beef. And this is why I can't take her serious either. So, you know, she comes over and she's like, you know, Dream don't fuck with her, so we don't fuck with her, and you shouldn't work with her. And I would have been like, well, bitch, who are you? You don't have any say so. I don't get why everyone is trying to have a say so in what other adults do. Go mind your business, bitch, is what I would have said. But, you know, it's not me. So, you know, Mariah says, like, look, we're not dealing with none of that pettiness over here. You know, it is what it is. You know, he's a grown man. He can do what he wants to do. She didn't say it rudely or crazy or nothing like that. And then Bree says, you know, you almost 30 and you weigh 30 pounds. That was such a bullshit read. I mean, she almost 30. Well, bitch, I'm 36. What does that mean? And she is very tiny. You know, she is very tiny. But I'm like, that wasn't a read. But when Mariah Lynn replied back and said, bitch, you look like an Oompa Loompa, dog. I said, okay, Mariah, I can rock with you today. That shit was hilarious. Even Safari laughed, and it pissed Bree off. And she threw like some ice or something at Mariah. So Mariah then picked up something and threw it back. But the funny part was, as they was doing this, Safari was in the middle of them. He some kind of way jumped around Mariah and avoided getting his fur coat wet with whatever they was throwing back and forth at this party at Snoop's party. And, you know, of course security separates them. But what was weird to me was how Snoop was saying to Mariah Lynn how she was wilding out. And I'm looking like, but she really didn't do anything. She was having a conversation with Safari. And Bree walked over and started some shit with her. And then when you said to Bree, you know, don't be wilding out. You should have told Bree, you know what? Don't even go over there. Like, don't even worry about it because it ain't got nothing to do with you. You let Bree go over there. When Bree went over there, Bree started some shit. So this time I can agree with Mariah that she didn't do anything wrong. When someone threw something at her, I mean, she retaliated, but she didn't start it at all. She didn't start it. She didn't instigate it or anything. She just stood there and someone threw something first and she threw something back. I mean, should she have thrown something back? No. But hey, it was a reflex. It is what it is. Lastly, we see Anais is at the party. Anais is at this. They said it was a meet and greet for music. I have not heard not a lick of music from Anais. So I'm not sure what this meet and greet was for. Truly and honestly, I have no idea. But Rich is there, Jonathan is there, and Jonathan is mad because he finds out, he's mad when he finds out that Anais and Rich is actually having sex. And he's like, but you're married, you know, why would you do that? Bitch, you married too. Y'all are two married people cheating on y'all husbands, no matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter because y'all both married. You know, he's saying how, you know, she shouldn't be messing with Rich of all people because of his track record with women. That I agree with. Rich has a terrible track record with women. But, you know, they adults. You know, it is what it is. So when they're talking, you see Rich talking to some girl, and he asked some girl for her phone number. Now, I don't know why he asked her for her phone number, because the girl even said, why you want my number? I guess she didn't know that she was just background music, and then she was supposed to just give it to him and, like, just shut up and do it. Because, again, this is on stage. For this part, this is stage. You can't tell me it's not, because you're going to tell me the camera just happens to pan over to him while he was saying, let me get your number. And Jonathan is watching him talk to the girl. And he like, you know, Anais is here risking her whole marriage for you. That's on her. That got nothing to do with him. He's a single-ass man. And they had that whole zitty leaves off or whatever. So then Anais and Rich are like talking. He like rubbing on her butt or whatever. And who walks in? Her motherfucking husband. And everyone is like, Jonathan is shocked. Anais is speechless. Rich is like, what the fuck? And he like, you know, hey, where's Navarro? I came here to support you. Where's Navarro? And then he says to Rich, do you work for Navarro? And then, of course, it goes off. So I'm just like, bitch, I just can't. I cannot. But, you know, that was my review for Love and Hip Hop New York. I don't know why the fuck it was so long, but I hope you guys rock with me anyway. I'm about to watch Love and Hip Hop Miami, and I'm going to report on that. And then I'm going to do Teen Mom, and I'll do that. But I am Jay Lee. This is Jay's Corner. Put your comments below, and peace.